Hey guys, or whatever. So I'm fucking off on the internet looking for subject material, and I stumbled across something I've never seen before, never heard of, and I watched 2 minutes, maybe, oh, less than 2 minutes, maybe like 40 seconds. I was like, oh no, stop right now, pause the video. uh this is a subject, this is a target. I gotta do something with this. This is batshit and I need to record this. And I figured I'll just do the standard deeper look at stupid thing where, like I did with previous videos, just, rip it off YouTube, throw it in Sony, and do some flashy editing and write a script and all that. But I didn't want. I wanted to like kind of experience it for the first time on camera, if that makes sense. And it also gives me a chance to because okay, so all my point in case, when you see my videos, you see a very thought out script that's read exactly. And sometimes doesn't seem that way. I have to do that or I can't stay on topic because I have a crippling fucking, like, unbearably crippling ADHD, whatever they're calling it now. And for, I don't know, however many years old I am, it's been untreated. And for a long time I was in denial about it completely, or just not necessarily denial, but lack of understanding or caring about it. And it's fucked me up. And you'll get to actually see that if I do it this way, how badly I get sidetracked. Again, point in case. So, on to the subject. This channel, this girl, this person calls herself Azura Dragon Faether. 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 That's like, I don't know, fucking fruity hippie way of trying to say feather, but like spelling it like fae. Like fairy shit. Because she's fucking batshit. I don't understand why this is the case, but you see this type of fairy shit more prominent among females. I don't understand why that's the case. I guess it's just a difference between the two sexes mentality. But you don't see a lot of guys claiming to be shapeshifters and calling themselves Faether, or insert retarded name here. Anyways, I'm gonna get it started. Let me just shut the fuck up. Yay! Get me copyright claimed.
It's DragonFeather, and welcome back to the channel. And on today's episode, we are going to have another DragonKin video. This is mostly just detailing the different experiences that I've had when it comes to shifting specifically.
Shifting. So I'm guessing she's gonna get to this, but I'm curious. This is completely new to me. I'm curious if this shifting thing is like a claim that I am actually physically becoming another creature, or if it's just some fucking spiritual hoo-ha bullshit.
These kinds of shifting that I'm going to be covering in this video is possible for all kin types, but I'm going to discuss
Kin types? I'm guessing that would be a species. Can't we just say species? Wouldn't that... I mean, you don't have to make shit up. when there's already a working word that defines what you're trying to say.
Discuss it with you via my experience and from my perspective as DragonKin experiencing shifting. I want to make a quick disclaimer because there's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions about other kin and therians, and it's cool. So I want to...
Therians, there is a lot of people that have a lot of other opinions about it. Those who know about it or find out about it either A, think it's okay to think like you're fucking like you, or B, think you're batshit. And I think the vast majority that find out about your little cult think you're batshit. I hope the vast majority think you're batshit.
I want to clarify a few things because there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to DragonKin, okay? And so I'm here to let you know that number one, first and foremost, everyone who claims to be DragonKin are human. And to those of you DragonKin out there who are like, I'm not a human, I'm just letting you know, physically, your body is a human and you can't change that.
Good. Whew. If she had said anything other than what she just said, I probably would have shit.
Genetically, your body is a human and you can't change that. No matter how many times you try or think or believe or insist that you have transformed your body physically or added parts or shifted parts physically into your kin type, you are wrong. It's like against the laws of physics, and everyone, including witches, otherkin, and therians, are bound by the laws of physics. With that little disclaimer out of the way, I will not be talking about physical shifting because physical shifting is impossible. Sorry to burst your bubble out there for any of you guys who believe that is real. For this video, we're going to be talking about other types of shifting that are not physical, that are very much real and very much experienced by multiple kin types on the daily basis. First, let's start with phantom shifting. And phantom shifting is where you feel limbs that would be associated with your kin type. So for example, for me, when I phantom shift, I feel my dragon wings, my dragon horns, and my dragon tail. And sometimes I'll feel like claws and talons like from my hands and feet, but it's really important to remember that this type of shifting is not physical. This type of shifting is very much a mental feeling, and the only thing I can really like compare it to
is mental illness.
Like phantom limb syndrome, where like you lose a limb but you still feel it existing. But in this case, I don't feel it because I've lost it. I feel it because in my past life or
because you're mentally ill.
In my spirit case, you know, in my case, I believe my spirit is that of a dragon, but my body is human. But I sometimes will feel my wings really heavy on my back, or I'll feel my horns around my head, or I'll feel my tail like moving side to side. This happens inside of my brain, like the feeling is like from the inside of my brain, and like...
That's called mental illness.
It happens very randomly and sporadically, and most of the time I feel this type of shift when I'm walking through a hallway or I'm walking upstairs. I'll feel like the weight of my wings like bouncing when I walk up the stairs, or I'll feel my tail sway from side to side when I'm walking through a corridor. That's a really, really common shifting type that I have regularly. I would say that I feel this type of shift like multiple times during a week. It's kind of normal and natural for me. And like sometimes when I do feel these like types of shifts, when I do feel the phantom shifts, and it honestly brings me sorrow because I'm earthbound, you know what I mean? Like as a human, I cannot fly with my physical being, and I feel earthbound, and it's really like...
You can. I mean, you can buy a ticket on an airplane. You can make bed buddies with a helicopter pilot. You can jump off a building. I mean, these are just some options I'm throwing out there. You're not earthbound as a human. You're just not a dragon. You can't fucking fly as though it were a natural ability of yours. There's no reason to feel any loss of that. If you were a dragon, you wouldn't exist at all. So at least you have that.
Debilitating sometimes, and it's really like, for lack of a better word, dysphoric. It makes me honestly sometimes like hate my human body. I'm like, fuck being a human, I just want to fly. I think a lot of kin types who can fly or have wings feel that way too. For example, like merkin or like mermaid kin or like dolphin kin or things like that that are in the ocean, they feel that way too because they can't like swim in the water.
Oh, hold up. Are you saying that mermaids exist, but since they are spiritually a dragon, they can't fly? They're waterbound, submariners, as it were. That they can't. That they feel the same way you do. That a fucking mermaid feels. Oh my god, my head.
Water for extended periods of time without drowning. Our human bodies just aren't made for that, you know what I mean? So when it comes to this type of shifting, sometimes
I get it. Okay, so there's shit for brain fucktards out there that also think they're mermaids, which okay.
Great. Sometimes it's like, I feel like myself, but at the other times I feel like very landlocked or like earthbound, or I can't like fly the way I want to. I can't.
Tears would be good. It would really sell this message to your viewership. By the way, 61,000 subscribers, a video with 14,000 views. It's not really that many for 61,000 subscribers. Ow. Shit, my bad. On a video this old. Yeah, a video this old should have 61,000 subscribers. She should have 100,000 views on this. She's only got 14,000 views. Completely lost my train of thought. I have no idea where I was going. Anyways.
I can't just like jump up into the sky and beat my strong wings and fly wherever I want. Like, I can't do that. I'll never be able to do that as a human being in the physical reality, and it sucks. Sometimes.
Oh, I was gonna say, you got to sell this better. You've got 61,000 subscribers who believe they're fucking mermaids and dragons and fucking bumblebees and shit, and they want emotion. All YouTubers want, I mean, all YouTube viewers want emotion. They want to see you cry. They want to see you laugh. They want to see you fail. They want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you just sit and talk like I so frequently do. Really want to drive your sub count up, say, instead of saying, I feel landlocked, and sometimes I feel free, and sometimes I feel landlocked, which if you really want to drive your sub count up, start creeping in the tiers, like escalate it a little bit as you go. Get a little, you know, let a little bit of emotion show, and then when you, maybe a crack voice or something, when you're like really feel landlocked, then just fucking one, like maybe if you have to have like a spray bottle like up out of the camera, psst, 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 you know, get some tears going. Sell that shit.
Just that like notion alone, like.
Also, I can't. What's up with your fucking makeup or face art or what the fuck ever? That, like, okay, if that's a real piercing, that's cool. I mean, I know the whole lip piercing thing died like 5 years ago, but some folks still got them, and if that's a lip piercing, that's cool. But all this other shit, what the fuck's all this shit? Don't do that. You're a fucking retard.
Depresses me, and if it depresses you too, you're not alone. It's like totally normal, you know what I mean? Just because
none of this is normal, sweetheart.
Because you are earthbound in this life doesn't mean that you'll never be able to fly again. Doesn't mean that you'll never be able to have like that experience of freedom again, you know what I mean? And
whoa, is she gonna tear up? Are we gonna see some crying?
I crave the freedom when it comes to that kind of shifting. That's a really regular form of shifting that I have. Next form of shifting that I have most regularly is dream shifting, and this is when you're in your dreamscape and you transform.
Dreamscape? When you're dreaming. Can't you just say when you're dreaming? You can't just fuck.
Into a dragon or your kin type. In my case, it's a dragon. When I do dream shift, more often than not, it happens when I'm lucid dreaming and I can shift at will. And something else that I do personally that helps me cope with nightmares is if I have a really bad nightmare and I wake up and I'm like, like, you know those nightmares, right? Or like night terrors even. and
No.
I'm like in that space and I like can't handle myself, what I do is I will try and fall back asleep immediately, and as soon as I get in the dream, I shift to a dragon and fuck up whatever like was holding me back in the dream. That honestly helps me really empower me, and it helps me like cope with.
You feel weak. Just, that's the issue. It's not that you have the spirit of a dragon, it's that you feel weak as a human. This is your coping mechanism. All this other fruity fucking fairy bullshit just helps you fight. It just sells it to you. Or it sells it to you and apparently 61,000 other of your minions, but yeah, this is about weakness and feeling insecure. It's not about having the spirit of some mythical fucking creature that never existed.
The shittiness of having a nightmare, and it helps me feel like I'm strong enough to overcome my nightmares. And when I do successfully fall back into the dream and turn into a dragon, or like shift into a dragon in my dreams and then fight my nightmare, that helps give me confidence. Like that helps me have faith in myself.
Of course it does.
And is something that helps me connect with my spirit really, really well.
You connect with your spirit really well. If you even subscribe, like for instance, I don't. A lot of people do, and a lot of people don't. But if you even subscribe to the notion of a spirit, wouldn't your spirit already kind of be connected to you? I mean, you don't need to connect with your spirit. It is you. At least as I understand, the modern definition of spirit would be that you are your spirit. Your body is just a vessel. Personally, I don't believe that's the case. Personally, I believe that your brain, your body is a collective of a collection of components, and there's nothing spiritual about it. It is just, there's literally, other than a few fucking strands of DNA, there's literally nothing different between you and a fucking crab, or a fish, or a cat, or a donkey, or any goddamn fauna on this fucking planet. Do they have spirits? Souls, if you will?
I also have dream shifting when I'm lucid dreaming. So for example, say I'm dreaming, I'm in a forest, I realize I'm dreaming, then I'll be like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a dragon. So I'll shift into a dragon because it's my dreamscape. Anything is possible in the dream realm. It is not bound by earthly or physical laws. So that's why I love lucid dream shifting. It's my favorite type of shifting.
Personally, if I get the very rare and honored privilege of having a lucid dream, it always involves sex.
Because it feels so real. When I have those types of shifting, like the memories that I have from those dreams are so vivid and so tangible to me that it's like reality almost. And so I can fly in my dreams, and like I do that all the time. Like I shift in my dreams all the time to lucid dream. I fucking need to do it. It helps me cope with not being able to physically fly in the real world. So when I do so in my dreams, it's,
you know what else could help? As a therapist.
it's like, hey, I'm okay, I still got this. I'm not entirely limited to the earth, you know what I mean? Like in my inner realm or in my dreamscape, anything is possible, anything is what I desire. And that is the way it is for everybody. If you aren't very good at lucid dreaming, you just need some practice. Some people are gifted naturally and can do it, like, you know, whatever, or doing it, don't even realize they're doing it. But some
Can you just go? Move on? Quit rambling?
of us have to work a little bit, work a little harder and get there. And I had to work a little harder to get there. However, once I went vegan, my lucid dreams were insane.
Oh my fucking god.
Dreaming about every single night.
Did you consider essential oils? That might help. Dumbass.
Remember them vividly. I can control them. It's just one of, honestly, like lucid dreaming is probably one of the most important, like, key points in my practice. It's so important for me to do it and to feel normal, because after I like fly in a dream, like I feel like myself. It's amazing. It's incredible. I do recommend. It's just so important because it feels so real, you know what I'm saying? And like I even dream shift when I'm not lucid dreaming too. So sometimes I'll have a dream, you know, I'm dreaming, doing my thing, and then out of nowhere nowhere, I'll just turn into a dragon. And I usually turn into a dragon in my dreams to protect people or to overpower something that I feel held back by. Usually that's the case. And if it's not for that reason, then it's to fly. And that's pretty much like the general gist of why I dream shift as a
Insecurity.
DragonKin. But if you're like any other kin type, you can dream shift too, and I recommend giving it a try. One thing that I do before bed if I want to dream shift is I just like visualize myself shifting into a dragon, and I just keep on trying to keep that visualization going until I fall asleep. If I'm successful with doing that, 9 times out of 10 I'll lucid dream. But it might not be that easy for you, and it might be easier for you, so it just depends on who you are and how open you are and how cleansed your pineal gland is.
How open you are to batshit fuckery is what you meant to say. How open you are to other people's fucking whimsical nonsense. People that are not open to your nonsense are going to tell you you're full of shit. And people that are open to your nonsense are going to be like, oh, well, maybe it's legit. And then there's a percentage of those people that are like, oh, well, maybe it's legit, who are going to buy into it and either A, want to be part of the crowd, or B, have legit mental illness. I don't think she's got mental illness. I think she's super insecure and she's using this as a means to cope with it. I think all the other added shit is to kind of help, bias confirmation, to help explain to herself, and I guess to others as well, why she feels this way. But now as she's talking about the fucking pineal gland and cleansing it, let me do it just... I hate to do this, but... there is a Google search for it. Pineal peptide bioregulator, 20 capsules, free shipping. That's sponsored, so if I click it, I'll get directed back to myself. Yeah, I've got I don't get sponsored. I don't get ads. It's not ad block. I just redirect all of my ads to a local instead of getting the ad. It's irrelevant. I mean, to calcify your pineal gland guide, Scott Jeffrey. Is there anything legitimate in here? How to decalcify your pineal gland and why it's really important, from Scott Jeffrey. 10 powerful ancient practices for pineal gland activation, from a Taoist. How to decalcify and activate the pineal gland, from Spiritually Health. 5 foods from Global Healing Center, Nutrition Foods. 5 foods for the pineal gland from the Global Healing Center. What is this? Global Healing Center, healthy. About us. That looks like a hippie. Full-time clinic. Wanted to reach people beyond as well as practice. Became obsessed finding a way to spreading the message of health, happiness, nutrition. Products. Yeah. You're not spreading products, you're spreading capitalism. I mean, not spreading awareness, you're spreading capitalism. Which I don't have a problem with capitalism. It's fine. Make a product, sell it, but don't fucking sell yourself off as legitimate. Let's just close this. And just based on a cursory Google search, I will conclude that there is no such thing as a pineal cleanse. So let's go back to Cuntwagon here.
Last type of shifting that I'm going to talk about is astral shifting, and this is the type of...
So just more bullshit.
shape-shifting where you project your light body or your spirit body out of your physical being, attached by the silver cord. It's pretty iconic. This is usually done like when you're like about to go to bed, or in my case, I really recommend astral projection in midday for like a nap. That's what works best for me. And when I do this, I leave my body as a dragon. So what I normally do is I'll lay down on my back, and then while I'm laying down, I'll envision my wings pulling me out of my body. So I'll like flap my...
Okay, just for the record, so that this isn't... Just because I don't even need to say that astral projection is bullshit, but I'm going to. There's been actual legitimate studies done that concluded there was no such thing as astral projection, and that concluded that there's no such thing as out-of-body experiences, particularly in the hospital, which is where the study was. That particular study took place. In one such study where a person was claiming astral projection, they placed random objects throughout the house with numbers or symbols or something on them, and the person was told to, or was expected, or whatever. The person that was the projectee was supposed to find the objects in the house, identify what they were, and then wake up from this projection and disclose what they found. And they failed 100%. Multiple people tried, multiple people failed. I'm not gonna pull it up or anything because I can't be fucked, but. And something very similar was done in an out-of-body experiment in a hospital. They placed a playing card, like for example, an ace of spades or whatever, on top of a counter in the OR, in the emergency room, and eventually they had somebody in there that claimed an out-of-body experience, claimed that they were hovering up in the air and were looking down on the table with the doctors working on their lifeless corpse as they just kind of hovered there and watched. And they were asked, did you see a playing card? And it didn't happen. There was no playing card found or saw. They didn't see it because their body couldn't see it. Because they didn't fucking have an out-of-body experience that was in any way a actual thing. It was just something misfiring neurons. There's no telling what it was that their brain was doing, but it was not their soul floating above their body, or they would have seen the card and they would have reported back what the card was. So all of the astral projection and out-of-body bullshit, silver cord nonsense is all just that nonsense. And people who prescribe to it are these types, which we will call batshit.
Wings to get out of my body, and then I'll be able to astral project that way. And I like astral shifting because when I astral project and I'm connecting with my dragon guardians, again, it's really real and vivid feeling. And just like the lucid dreaming is, where like phantom shifting is more like you have to visualize it. It's not so like tangible, real, holy crap, that happened. It's more like, I feel you, my dudes. What's going on? I can't see you. This is weird. What's happening? But like astral shifting is really important for me because I'm able to travel the stars with my guardians, and is one of my favorite ways to connect with my guardians and fly with my guardians and learn lessons with them. I don't astral shift very often. I really, really don't. I don't even think I've done it more than like I can count on like maybe even like 1 or 2 hands. But when I have, it's just been so...
There's a pretty significant difference there in 1 and 2 hands. When you're talking about small numbers, the difference between 1 and 10 is pretty goddamn significant.
Important and like so like, hey, this is real, like this is legit shit. And so when it comes to
no, it's not
stuff like that, I'm just like, hey, like maybe like right now, like I'm actually astral projecting and I'm actually like traveling the world with my guardians. And
maybe right now nobody else exists except you, and the rest of the entire universe is a hologram.
For those of you guys who like don't believe in this shit, like that's cool, like you do you, but like for me, like it's really important in my practice and it helps me connect with my
practice. What practice is this? Are you a fucking doctor?
Dragon guardians. And as DragonKin, Like, I don't think I would have acknowledged or actualized the fact that I am DragonKin if I hadn't worked with dragons prior. So if you feel like you're dragon...
Worked with dragons? I'm at a loss here.
Can I definitely recommend like connecting with Monte or one of the elemental dragon guardians, Nalian, Fafnir, Ceres, or Grail. Just depends on what you...
What? What? That went way over my head. What the fuck are you talking about?
Most like connected to, but the astral shifting is one of my favorites because it just helps remind me that like my spirit energy, my spirit body is shape-shifting energy. It's just energy. It doesn't have a form, you know what I mean? And so my consciousness, when it comes to like my consciousness and my spirit body, my consciousness can shape my spirit. And so when that happens, I take the conscious form of a dragon because that's how my spirit is most comfortable and how I know it the most. And then I fly off into the distance with my guardians. I honestly really love it. And those are like my three main like shifting experiences. I do have like more like shifting experiences. This wasn't really like supposed to be part of like my DragonKin dream shifting diaries. This was just like a basic overview on my experience with shifting as otherkin, DragonKin. The whole thing about like DragonKin is like, or being otherkin or Therian is the fact that like, you know, to all of you skeptics out there is no proof that what I believe in is real.
This is twice now she's addressed skeptics. A lot to defend, I guess. And there's no proof that what you believe is real. That's generally the case with belief. All of the mystery faiths demand belief without proof. So essentially your batshit insanity nonsense is a very estranged form of a mystery faith. But carry on.
You know what I mean? And I'm totally aware of that. Like, I'm not living in a fantasy land. Like,
in a way you are. I mean, you acknowledge the fact that you cannot become an actual physical dragon. Of that, we're on the same page with. Everything else you've said has been Fantasyland nonsense.
I am 110% grounded in the facts that I'm human, that I have a physical human body, and that'll never change. Like,
yeah, that was never up for debate. We're not disputing that. That's not the issue here. The issue here is all the other crap that you piled on top of that.
And a lot of otherkin and therians, I feel, have a hard time.
See, you just brush over the fact that you're like, I'm completely grounded in reality. I know that I'm not a dragon. I know that I can't change shapes. And then immediately say otherkin, all of the otherkin and therin, whatever the fuck that is, implying that you do believe in that. So, I mean, what's the difference if I believe in squares or circles? If both exist, then I'm not insane. I'm not fucked up. I'm not derailed. I'm not batshit. I'm a normal person. Now, if I believe in squares and circles and only squares exist, or if I believe in squares and circles and neither exists, then I'm fucked up. And by your logic, you would be fucked up as well. But if you believe in squares but not circles, then you're okay. That's what your literal logic is saying. I don't believe I'm not batshit because I don't believe I can change shape. I do believe all this other batshit stuff, but since I don't believe I can change shape, just salvaging one part of reality and holding on to that doesn't keep you from being a fucking retard. That's too strong a word and too offensive. Doesn't keep you from being a dumb shit. There we go. That's better.
Accepting that because they have this longing in their heart and soul to be the being that they know they are. I think a lot of people who don't understand DragonKin or otherkin or therians like just can't grasp that concept. That's okay, you know, but it's not okay to be an asshole about it. I'm not hurting anyone.
Actually, I'm going to let her finish that. I was going to say something. I was going to defend my assholishness, but I'm going to let her finish that.
That's okay, you know, but it's not okay to be an asshole about it. I'm not hurting anyone, either or anyone else. Like, let us experience our life, you know?
That's a good point. Um, you are absolutely free to believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. You're not hurt. You literally are not hurting anyone to a point. Um, that's kind of a gray area, and I'll get to that in a second. But the moment you put yourself on the internet, and I've said this to people before, the moment you put yourself on the internet, you open yourself up to the world just like I do. You open yourself to criticism, and critics are assholes. People who are fucking critical of you are assholes. It doesn't matter if they're critical of you in a polite way, they're still critical of you. As far as being harmless, god damn the traffic. As far as being harmless, that's hit and miss. That's kind of gray. And the reason I say that is you've got 61,000 subscribers, so you're hitting a pretty broad stroke. And of that 61,000 subscribers, I would say maybe not a huge portion of them, but a portion of them have some form of mental illness. Some actual, not I'm a fucking batshit retard, but some kind of actual mental illness. And when you contribute to their mental illness, when you verify their when you enable them, that's the word I'm looking for. When you enable their mental illness, you are causing harm. You're not helping these people who have mental illness. You're enabling their mental illness, and that is harmful. So in that light, you are kind of being harmful. I don't think this particular ethos of batshit probably doesn't have all that many actually mentally mental illness patients. I don't think there's a lot of people that genuinely cannot help thinking this way. Because I'm sure there are some, but I don't think there's all that many who genuinely can't help thinking this way. You, on the other hand, can help thinking this way. This is an option. This is a choice. This isn't like if somebody said, this isn't like saying that being gay is a choice, because it clearly isn't. This is somebody who knows that what they believe is deep down wrong. They know that their beliefs are just fantasy. She knows her shit is fantasy. She wants to play it, let her play it. I'm okay with that if she plays it in her own house. But she's not. She's playing it in front of 61,000 people. And of those 61,000 people, there's a portion of them who are they have actual issues, real issues, chemical imbalances that she is enabling and not helping. So my original point, though, was that, yeah, you're right. Don't be an asshole about it. Sure. Stay the fuck off the internet with your nonsense, and I won't be an asshole about it.
And shifting is a really important part of being Therian and otherkin, in my opinion. And a lot of us have been shifting for as long as we can remember and don't even know what it means. That's why I'm making this video, to share my experience with shifting with you guys, just like a basic overview of shifting as otherkin, specifically DragonKin. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope that it helped you guys out there. Let me know in the comments if you have shifted before and what types of shifting is your favorite. All you haters out there, I'm gonna delete your comments, so mwah, bye, love.
Okay, I delete comments too. If you comment, I'm gonna bitch about this, but if you comment on one of my videos and your comment has spam, like a link to your channel, an unrequested link to your channel, or an irrelevant link to your channel. Now, I'm not saying don't link your channel. If you have a video relevant to what a video I just posted and it's on your channel, by all means link to your channel. It will automatically go to spam, and I will have to manually unhide it. But I will unhide it. I won't hide you for that. Now, if like you just go to one of my random ass videos and you're like, sub for sub, new gaming channel, need subscribers, I'm gonna fucking leave it in the spam folder. I might even block you off the channel's comments entirely. It's called I'll ghost you. It's where you can comment, you will see your comment, but nobody else will. So you'll think you're commenting, nobody else will. A lot of big YouTubers do that to people. I've actually seen it not too far back. Somebody claimed to have, or some big YouTuber, I can't remember who, it was a gaming channel, was doing one of those stupid fucking giveaways about, you know, like you win an iPod or some shit like that, an iPhone, and told somebody that they won, and then when they started griping about it, about never getting anything from it, they were seeing their comments go up, but when I go and look at the channel, or when anybody else goes and look at the channel, none of those comments are there. But anyways, I completely lost my train of thought again. Where was I? What was I saying? See what I have to deal with? Oh, comment deleting. God, Jesus Christ. If you're just if I okay, so I'll delete your comment if it's spammy. Or I won't delete it. I'll just leave it in spam. And if it's attacking my other subscribers, so if one of my subscribers leave a comment and then you get belligerent with my subscriber or my viewer, and I'll let it go. I might interject. I might say something. I'll let it go for a while, but then I'll warn your ass. I'll be like, hey, look, don't be a fucking cunt. This is my house. The minute you commented on my video, you came into my house, and I'm letting you be here. So act right, or I will get you the fuck out of my house. And if you don't act right, then your ass gets blocked or deleted, or whatever. But if you just don't agree with what the fuck I'm saying, and you get belligerent with me, I'm not going to block you. I leave that shit up all the time. Any YouTuber that says, or any person in general, really, that says, if I have a message and you don't agree with it and you say something negative in light of my message, I'm going to delete it. That's a fucking cunt move. You're being a cunt. Don't be a cunt. Be anything but. And just one last thing to say about this ordeal, this situation. If she'd take all that weird fucked up bullshit off her face, and maybe like age like 3 years, she'd be pretty hot. I mean, I did it. But anyways, I think that's all. I've rambled enough and I've lost my train of thought again. So what do you think about videos like this, doing it in this kind of format? It's going to be, doing it like this, I'll be honest, is a lot easier on me, and probably a hell of a lot harder on viewers, because it's probably a lot less entertaining. At least I feel like people became accustomed to stupid, retarded, poorly done animations and moving graphics and stupid, silly derp head and all that stuff. I mean, you still get stupid, silly derp head, it's just not the cartoon one. But unscripted like this and getting derailed, this is fucking easy as shit on me, and probably a nightmare for everybody else. So tell me what you think. Should I do this more often? Should I not do it at all? And don't just fucking pass me up on this shit. For real, tell me what's up. A lot of times I ask for input and I get like 2 comments. Give me some input on this one. This one's important. Alright, peace fuckers.